Over the last few years, I've combined my cycling with fundraising for a local baby hospice, Zoes Place. It's a heartwarming haven of joy in the lives of some local children who struggle with life-limiting medical conditions, and they're always underfunded. So I find it gives my cycling some purpose and meaning sometimes. It turns out there are actually 3 of these wonderful facilities in Middlesbrough, Liverpool, and my local one in Coventry. And the folks at Zoes Place came up with a neat idea to create a multi-day fundraising cycling event, taking in all 3 of the hospices. And thus Tour de Zoes was born. As you may know, I did Land's End to John O'Groats last summer over 14 days, which was tough but mind-blowingly amazing. And I foolishly thought a 4-day event would be a cinch in comparison. Little did I know that the people at Sky Blue Adventures who've worked with Zoes on the project include some cycling enthusiasts, and I discovered that there are a series of pretty fearsome climbs on this route, far steeper than anything we encountered on the jog, and they're considered to be among the UK's most iconic climbs. So, plenty of ECF will be consumed on this tour, I'm sure. If you personally cycled up any of these climbs, let me know in the comments below how it went. I'll be really interested to hear. Looking closely at the proposed route, it turns out that these climbs are optional. As you can see, the route goes up the hill and then back down, so I could just wait at the bottom. Although that should be a relief, part of me thinks that if people are sponsoring me financially, then perhaps it should be challenging. So I'm of a mind to train those climbing legs good and hard, so as to give them a decent go. I try not to let the get out of jail free card tempt me not to bother. They are iconic climbs after all, which is an annoying label, as it makes the likes of me want to add it to the list when I'd be better off waiting at the bottom with some cake. It's a nice touch to be able to visit all 3 hospices on the event, and the whole thing begins with the send-off at Zoes Place in Middlesbrough. I've done one ride in the North York Moors where we spend a lot of day 1, and I don't recall many flat roads at all, so I expect the legs will be well warmed up before day 1's biggie.
We've included 4 iconic climbs in the route. The first one that you'll be coming to is known as the White Horse of Kilburn.
Yep, we go from there to there in just 1 mile. This climb's official description is challenging enough just to read. They left in an introductory segment of 20 to 25% just to keep in with the tradition of North York Moor climbs. After that, the worst is over, but it's still a long slog over a variable gradient. It certainly looks like that first quarter of a mile is a killer, and is a massive challenge for me based on my current condition. It's going to be one of those climbs where bizarrely you are glad that the gradient reduces to only 10%, when normally you'd hate 10%.
From there, you'll continue your journey, and after a night in Shipley, you'll be approaching the second climb, which is Mythhone Steeps.
Unrelenting, eh? That sounds like a lot of fun. I'm getting knackered just thinking about it, to be honest. It has an average gradient of 12%, but the middle half a mile averages 17%, with some brutal 25% hairpins. Right now, I'm fairly sure this one will break me, to be honest. The view at the top does look fantastic, but we need to tackle this bit first. Bloody hell, I bet they have the fittest postman in the world up there.
The following day, the first thing you'll do is visit Zoes Place Liverpool, where you'll see some of the reasons why you're raising this money. It's so worthwhile. And following on from that, today's climb is the Cat and Fiddle iconic climb in the Peak District.
The Cat and Fiddle next. Now this is a well-known climb, and to be honest I think we'll all complete it. It's not particularly steep, but it just goes on for miles. So it's a case of getting a comfortable gear and spinning your way up to the top, ignoring the inner demons telling you you've had enough. That short ramp of 24% is a bit cruel though. But you can see the pot of gold at the end of the relentless rainbow at the end. Although apart from getting our breath back, I doubt we'll be taking advantage of a cheeky beer. Hello ladies. And you.
After another overnight stop, you've got the last day to come, and we've got a lovely climb for you. It's the Marchington Cliff climb.
She just described it as lovely. And the caption says, long and progressively vicious. I'm sorry, that just doesn't compute. It maxes out at 12% and seems to hold that level for quite a distance. The official description says it will have the veins in your neck bursting through the skin. How lovely is that? There is a clue in the name, of course. The profile here does resemble a bit of a cliff, and if we manage it, I think we'll be glad that today is a shorter day than the others.
And for those of you who are not mad keen on hill climbs, there is actually no obligation to do any of these. But what a fantastic way to raise extra funds by telling all your friends and family about these amazing challenges that you're doing.
Well, that's what's in store. And here I am on my favourite training hill, Steppy Lane. I use the term favourite very loosely, necessary, more like. And I need to be going up here over and over again quite a lot in the next 8 weeks to be able to survive Tour de Zoes, I think. I mean, this is only 10% now, gets up to 12 or 13 in a bit, but there's far worse than that in store on Tour de Zoes. Well, I've got my breath back and the heart rate's finally slowed down. So if you've personally tackled any of these beasts, please let me know in the comments below. And if you've got this far, I'd be grateful if you would give the thumbs up below if you like the video. And better still, subscribe to the channel to help the good old YouTube algorithm push my content in front of other cyclists for them to see. I'd be really grateful if you did that. Anyway, that's all for now. Happy cycling, and I'll see you soon.